Pride mga pretty people! Happy Pride sa inyong lahat mga LGBTQIA+ brothers and sisters, and happy Pride din sa mga allies natin dyan na walang sawang nagbibigyan ng suporta sa ating lahat. Pero bago yan, ako nga pala si Tito Alvin, your millennial tito na magbibigay sa inyo ng mga opinyon na hindi nyo naman hinihingi. Mga opinyon tungkol sa iba't ibang social concepts and trending issues. And in this podcast, aalamin natin kung anong behaviors ang pretty o petty. If you are watching us from YouTube at hindi ka pa nakasubscribe, please mag-subscribe ka na at bigyan ng like ang episode na ito. If you are in Spotify, please follow us and consider giving us a 5-star rating. And please turn on your notifications para updated ka sa mga bago nating episodes. You can also follow our social media pages in Facebook, Instagram, and in TikTok. Ayan, so dahil nga Pride Month ngayon, connected dyan ang topic natin for today's video. So kakatapos lang ng Pride March event na Love Laban 2 sa Quezon City Memorial Circle last June 22. Pero sabihin natin a lot of unexpected things happened during that day. So, gora na tayo sa ating next segment we call Story Time. So mga Mars, ito na nga ang chika. Etos lang. So, nung June 22, nakaset ang pinakamalaking gay pride event in Southeast Asia at gaganapin yan sa Quezon City Circle. Umaga pa lang, nagpunta na yung mga tao doon para makiselebrate at makijoin sa mga ganap na mga bakla. So, merong parade ng mga delegates from different companies to show support to the LGBTQIA+ community, and stable na yan sa mga pride event na may mga ganyang paparade. Pero may mga celebrities and mga famous internet celebrities din ang nakita nagpunta sa event na ito. So far, maayos pa naman ang lahat. Towards the afternoon, nagsimula na yung main event or yung main program ng Love Laban 2. May mga guest celebrities na nag-perform at madami ding guest speakers ang dumalo para magbigay ng mga update sa mga pinaglalaban ng LGBTQ community. During this time, marami na ang nagpo-post ng disappointment sa social media dahil hindi na sila makapasok sa loob ng venue dahil puno na ito at na-reach na ang full capacity. Yung iba galing pa sa malalayong lugar, and yung iba nilakad pa daw ang kahabaan ng mga main avenues sa paligid ng Quezon City Circle dahil sa sobrang traffic at kawalan ng masasakyan. Pero according sa ibang mga nag-post online, OA daw ang dami ng tao na pumunta sa event at ang claim ng ilan, majority ng mga nakapasok sa venue ay hindi naman daw member ng community and not even allies. Karamihan daw ng nandoon ay nagpunta lang para mapanood ng libre ang tinaguriang Nations Girl Group na BINI. Dahil dito, nawala na daw ang sense ng Pride March dahil nagmistulang free concert na lang ang pakay ng majority na nagpunta. Now, as the evening approaches, bumuhos ang malakas na ulan at ayon sa statement ng mga organizers, na-compromise daw ang stage at ang mga electronic equipment, which led to the decision to cancel the remainder of the event. They decided to cancel the event for the safety of the performers and the audiences as well. End of story. Okay, bago ko ilabas yung galit ko, magbigay muna tayo ng maiksing history lesson kung saan ba nagsimula itong Pride March. Okay, nagsimula lahat ito nung June 28, 1969 during the Stonewall Inn Uprising kung saan ni-raid ang Stonewall Inn Bar. During that time, being gay, it's a criminal offense and it's against the law. Yung mga police raids sa mga gay bars, normal yan noong 1960s. Pero nung nag-raid sila sa Stonewall Inn, hindi nila kinaya yung situation at nagsimula na magkaroon ng mga riot. Maraming hinuli, marami ding nasaktan sa mga riots na to, and tumagal halos ng 1 linggo yung mga protests, yung mga riots na yan. Noong June 28, 1970, sa 1-year anniversary ng Stonewall Uprising, nagkaroon ng unang Pride March sa New York, Los Angeles at Chicago. Libo-libong members ng LGBTQ community ang nagtipon para alalahanin ang Stonewall at mag-demonstrate para sa equal rights. Okay. Ngayon, nung nagvo-vlog pa ako, around 2019, gumawa ako ng video about nung gay pride na inatenan ko during that time. So, on that video, meron akong siningit na brief history ng pride. Siguro ilalagay ko na lang sa description yung link ng video or ililink ko na lang dito sa taas dito. May lalabas diyan. Ililink ko na lang diyan yung card or yung link nung vlog episode na yon para meron kayong brief idea kung ano yung pinagmulan ng Pride March. Okay, so ngayon, balik na tayo sa main issue, sa main event. Ano nga ba ang take ko dito sa mga nangyari? First of all, I decided not to attend this year's Pride kasi in-expect ko na talaga na madaming tao this year. And I think the venue is not that conducive, especially kung may mga dala kang sasakyan kasi mahirap maghanap ng parking within the area. Wala namang parking ata ang Quezon City Circle. Kung meron man, konting-konti. And magpapark ka na sa medyo malayo, tapos lalakarin mo pa. So, medyo hassle. So, ang tanong, Pride March pa ba nating matatawag itong event na ito? O free concert? Don't get me wrong, no, having influential names sa roster ng guest will increase or will create a huge impact sa turnout ng attendees. And I guess isa yun sa mga goal ng event organizers this year. Yung malampasan nila yung bilang ng attendees from last year. And to make this year's event the largest in Southeast Asia. So, no wonder top billing names like Vice Ganda, Beanie, Ben and Ben will attract their fans to join the event. Kaso, double-edged sword. Yun na din yung naging problema. Dahil isa sa mga guest performers, ang Nation's Girl Group na Beanie, dinagsa ng mga fans ang event kahit hindi naman nila alam ang purpose ng event na ito or yung event na pupuntahan nila. Wala silang pakialam sa Pride. Ang mahalaga sa kanila, makita nilang mag-perform ang idol nilang Beanie. Now, based sa mga nag-post sa TikTok at sa mga nangyari, yung mga ganap sa Love Laban 2, sobra daw ang disrespect ng ibang Beanie fans during the event. Meron daw kasing mga Beanie fans na nakapwesto sa harap ng stage. Kasi syempre, kung fan ka ng Beanie, gusto mo nasa unahan ka. Diba? So, andun daw sila sa unahan ng stage. And we all know naman na pag ganito yung mga Pride event, maraming nagsispeech. Maraming nag-privilege talk. Diba? Nagbibigay ng mga updates about the LGBTQ laws na pinapasa, yung SOGI bill, yung mga ganyan. So maraming nagsispeech. Ngayon, habang nagsispeech daw kasi, yung isang guest speaker, maririnig mo yung mga fans na sumisigaw. Puro salita naman! Ilabas nyo na yung Beanie para makauwi kami! Hindi ko sigurado kung nagbibiro lang sila or kung may katotohanan to. Pero madami na kasing nagsabi online na yun yung naririnig nila. Pero kung biro lang ito, itong mga pinagsasabi nila, let's just say, bad joke. Bad joke. Pero seriously, kailangan bang sabihin yun? On a gay pride event, parang medyo out of touch. Unang-una, ang gay pride, apart from it being a celebration, isa itong protesta. It is a protest where LGBTQIA+ members and allies voice their concerns against discrimination and equal rights. Hindi ito free concert. Uulitin ko for the people at the back, hindi ito free concert. Kung gusto mong mapanood yung mga idols mo sa stage during the event, please, do your due diligence naman to know what the event is all about at huwag yung nakikihype lang. At least have the decency to learn what Pride is and what the cause is fighting for. Yung mga disrespectful na fans ng Pride, sila siguro yung mga hindi nakabili ng ticket sa concert ng Beanie. Kaya umaasa na lang sila sa mga free performances ng idols nila sa mga ganito klaseng events. Sorry bato-bato sa langit ang tamaan, walang pambili ng ticket. #sorry not sorry. Now, for some reason, may mga nakapasok din na mga homophobes daw, mga homophobic na people ang nakapasok during the event. And obvious naman daw na nakikihype lang sila sa mga nangyayari sa paligid nila. Well, technically inevitable naman yan. During Pride events naman talaga, may makikita kang mga anti-gay protesters na magpipreach at magbibigay ng mga pamphlets, ganyan, may mga bullhorns pa sila, mag-a-announce ng kung ano, it's a sin, ganyan. Pero apart from those people, meron din daw ibang mga nagpunta this year na pinagtatawanan yung mga LGBT members na naka-costume, naka-drag, naka-makeup. You know, kung dati ka na nagpupunta ng mga pride events, alam mong normal na makakita ka ng ganon kasi that's the only day that they can express themselves freely without the fear of being discriminated. Ang sad lang kasing isipin na yung only time that you are free to express yourself ay na-infiltrate na ng mga homophobic na tao. Para sa atin ang event na ito. Atin ang pride event. Pero we are mocked and judged by homophobic people at our own event. Now, unfortunately, the true essence of pride got lost in all of this. All of a sudden, the lines got blurred kasi yung mga tao, may iba't ibang reasons na kung bakit sila nagpupunta. Maybe you will argue na kung hindi naman dahil sa mga artista and mga performers na ito, wala namang pupunta sa pride eh. Well, yes, siguro. Mas less ang taong pupunta. But I would rather have less people as long as those few people are there to support the real cause of the event. Aanhin ko yung libo-libong tao kung kalahati naman doon walang alam sa pinaglalaban ng LGBTQ community. And nagpunta lang doon for a totally different reason. Alam mo, kasalanan lahat ng BINI. Kung hindi naman sila magpe-perform doon, di sana hindi ganun kadami yung tao. Charot lang. Joke lang po yun. For the record, walang fault ang BINI or any other guest performers dito. They are not accountable sa mga series of events na nangyari during Pride. I know that they really want to give their full support to the community. It just boils down to lack of organization and planning from the event organizers. Tapos, ito pa ang karagdagan chika. May nakita akong video na nagpunta ng Pride event na may kasamang bata. Siguro mga 1 or 2 years old yung bata. Sa video, naglalakad sila palabas. Kasi palabas na tapos na yung event umuulan na. Siksikan, umuulan, ganyan. Tapos yung may mga polis doon na tinutulungan yung isang ate na isilong yung bata, binupuhat, patawid doon sa barrier. Kasi nga, masikip na, nasisikipan na sila, hindi sila makalabas, tas umuulan. So yung mga pulis, tinutulungan nila yung bata na isilong doon sa parang tarp or area doon na may bubong. Mga friends, sa mga ganitong event, wag na kayong magsama ng bata. Dahil hype na hype kayong mapanood yung mga artista sa stage, nakalimutan nyo na yung safety ng mga anak ninyo or ng mga batang kasama ninyo. Kawawa naman yung mga bata. Kung gusto mong makipagbalyahan para makakita ng artista, go! Pero ikaw na lang. Huwag ka na magsama ng bagets. Isipin nyo naman yung safety and security nila.
Celebrate small or big wins with your special ones. Come to Brew Brothers Cafe, located at Ascension Avenue, Lagro, Quezon City. Also available through GrabFood and Food Panda. Brew Brothers Cafe, your destination for celebration.
Now, on a lighter note, okay, baka sabihin naman puro nega di ba? On a lighter note, I want to share in this episode yung project ng QC government since last year. Pero dapat kasi may update na sa this year Ito yung project nila na Right to Care Card. Okay. Ano ba itong Right to Care Card na ito? Kung ikaw at ang partner mo ay isang LGBTQ couple dito sa Pilipinas, hindi kayo pwedeng gumawa ng healthcare decisions para sa isa't isa. Binibigay lang ang karapatang ito ng mga hospital sa next of kin or sa mga malapit na kamag-anak. So, kahit sabihin mo pang 10 years na kayo nagsasama ng partner mo, pagdating sa mga healthcare decisions or health emergencies, wala kang say over it. The Right to Care Card repurposes a special power of attorney kasi most commonly use ito for financial transactions. And it's going to be used as a portable proof that authorizes LGBTQ couples to decide for each other during medical emergencies. So, ibig sabihin, kung ikaw at ang partner mo ay bearer ng right to care card at isa sa inyo ay nasa isang medical emergency, you now have the power to make medical-related decisions for your partner. With the right to care card, you can consent to medical procedures, obtain medical documents, authorize to admit or discharge the patient, and other crucial healthcare decisions. Nilaunch ito during the Pride event last year, 2023, and till now, continuous pa din ang registration and orientation if you want to apply. I must say that this is a great step towards the equality that the LGBT community is fighting for. This is a great move by the Quezon City government led by Mayor Joy Belmonte. Currently, this is eligible to couples who are residents of QC, or at least isa dun sa couple ay nakatira sa QC. And the right to care card is honored in over 400 Quezon City healthcare institutions. O, di ba, bongga, ang dami. Now, according to Quezon City Gender and Development Council, they are still in talks with other LGUs if they want to adopt the same initiative in their respective cities. Hopefully naman ay sana ma-adapt ito ng ibang mga lungsod, ng ibang mga cities, no? At mas dumami pa yung mga healthcare institutions that will honor the right to care card. So, Pasig, baka naman! Now, how can we make Pride in the upcoming years better? Here are 3 things that I think organizers need to do for Pride next year. Number 1, choose a better venue. If one of the goals of the organizers is to make the event the largest ever, then choose a venue that can accommodate more than what they are expecting. And since historically laging umuulan kapag Pride event, consider doing an indoor event or an indoor venue para hindi naman basang siso yung mga umaattend. Number 2, keep the program at the minimum. Hindi naman kailangan magsalita lahat ng mga artista on stage. Their presence alone during the event is already a clear message to the community of their support. Leave the important messages to those people or to those guest speakers that really matters for the community. Number 3, wag nyo nang i-announce kung sino-sino yung mga special guests and special performers. Gulatan na lang kung sino-sino yung mga magpe-perform. Iwasan na din natin yung mga teasers online na may mga pa-silhouette effect, yung mga black, tas parang, who's that Pokemon? Parang ganyan. Wag na. Wag na nating i-hype yung mga guest performers kasi aminin natin, hindi naman sila ang main focus ng event. Ang dapat i-hype ay yung mga advocacies ng community and to educate people on the true essence of Pride. To sum up everything in this episode, let me tell this to everyone that Pride is, yes, a celebration, but it is also a protest at the same time. It is a protest to fight discrimination and a fight for equal rights for the LGBTQ community. So kung next year may plans ka to attend Pride kasi magpe-perform yung idols mo doon, take the initiative as well to learn what Pride is all about because that is the event you are attending in the first place. Hindi concert ng idols mo. Now, to the Quezon City LGU and the organizers of the event, first of all, thank you for all of your efforts in putting up this event for the community. Hindi biro ang ginagawa nyo to make this event successful. Pero unfortunately, may mga bumps tayong na-experience along the way and lahat naman ng ganitong klaseng event may mga ganyang klaseng aberya. Let's take everything we learned this year and make next year's event even better. Not necessarily bigger, but better. To all members of the LGBTQIA+ community, isang malaking pretty shoutout sa inyo. Despite all the things that happened during the recent Pride event, you still kept the true essence of Pride in your hearts. Let's continue this fight against discrimination and inequality. To all allies of the community, isa ring pretty shoutout sa inyong lahat. Always remember that you are very much appreciated by the community for all the things that you do for us. Isang maigpit na yakap sa inyong lahat. Ngayon, para doon naman sa mga nakikihype lang at umattend ng Pride for the free performances, I know you can do better. Naniniwala pa din naman ako sa character development. Hopefully next year and the next years to come, you get to enjoy Pride celebration for all its glory, for all its glamour, and for all its colors. At hindi lang dahil gusto mong panoorin yung idol mo ng libre. At para sa mga homophobic dyan, mga 2024 na, magbago na kayo. Sana magbago na yung ugali yung mga Hindi siguro kayo, hindi namin kailangan ng pangaral galing sa inyo. Kailangan namin pang-unawa at suporta. So kung hindi nyo kayang gawin yon, take your Bible scriptures elsewhere. And that's going to be the end of this episode. Hopefully, you liked this one. Itong special episode natin about Pride kasi June nga. So, Pride Month. Buti na habol natin kasi almost end of the month na. Pero, tulad ng labi kong sinasabi, posible na magkaiba tayo ng opinion on certain matter and that is absolutely fine. Kung nagustuhan mo at na-entertain ka ng episode na ito, feel free to share it with your friends and don't forget to tag us in all of your social media posts. Huwag na din kayong mahiya to follow our Facebook page, Instagram, and TikTok accounts by going to the link you see at the bottom of your screens. Or just go to linktr.ee/prettypettythepodcast. Feel free to share your thoughts about the topic or insights about the podcast by commenting on our YouTube video or by answering the Q&A and poll section in Spotify. If you are a brand looking for partnership and collaboration, please send us an email at prettypettythepodcast@gmail.com. And with that, lagi nating tatandaan to always stay pretty at huwag maging petty. Happy Pride! Yun na nga sinasabi ko yung mga ang sasama ng mga hindi na ba't ganyan ang mga ugali ninyo?